It was fun. I'm excited.
Whoopsie. There's a little bug. Turn that off. Okay, there we go. All right, we're live. So, my friends, last time you guys were at Gerwin Reuter's mansion, and what you found was a rather pitiful, down on his luck man who ultimately very quickly and easily surrendered to you. And something that I forgot to tell you guys is that he suspected that if the Eleanor, if excuse me, Evanor Vandrum was going to poison the town's water supply, that he might need some form of water breathing, and so he procured a cap of water breathing, and he's giving it to you guys. So before you got dropped off in front of Evanor Vandrum's mansion, he did give it to you guys, and so something I did neglect at the end of the last adventure. All right, so you find yourselves in front of the Vandrum estate looming before you, large and impressive. A steel portcullis stands open at the entrance to a stone courtyard with a large fountain. That's what you see.
What time is it?
Um, it is still the same day after you invaded the Garwin estate. Let us assume that it is you started in the morning, so the whole thing that occurred there, plus some time to heal and stuff like that, probably took you till noon. So let's say it's around noon.
Okay. I wouldn't call it that we invaded his estate. I would say that we destructively stopped by.
Sure, you paid a courtesy visit.
Right. I had to distribute some ball bearings.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, the famous ball bearing incident.
Yeah, which I probably left there.
The two, what was it, a two halfling pile up? Or no, it was the halfling.
The halfling and the whatever Albert was
I have
playing.
no idea what race Albert was. I can't remember.
Not a genasi. The I forgot what it was.
It was half orc, right? It was a half orc race.
No, he's not half orc. It's oh gosh,
he's
it starts with a G. Anyway, I want to say it starts with a G, but whatever.
He's
okay.
fire genasi.
It is a fire genasi. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. Okay. So anyway, so there you are, right in front of the portcullis.
So it's noon, and last time we were here, I know Bunglefoot recommended that we, stake the place out, see what activity looks like. But, we did come to the realization that if they were going to poison a water supply, they probably wouldn't take their time doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
You want to move sooner rather than later if that suspicion, proves true, right? So, yeah.
All right. So do we see any obvious activity inside the house? Or inside the estate?
Not from this distance. There doesn't seem to be any obvious activity. The fountain is doing its thing, and that's about the only thing that's moving, aside from the occasional leaf or whatever.
Okay, I want to go check out the fountain. I feel like you said it's a big fountain. Is there anything that seems unusual about it?
I'm envisioning, those mansions where you have that beautiful large fountain,
like Versailles,
and exactly. And it's probably not as opulent as Versailles, but
Okay.
So yeah, so I'm imagining that, and like a gravel path leading into that, for the carriages to kind of go in and around and then loop back out. So yeah, so do you all? So I assume all of you walk into.
Yeah.
There's somebody behind you.
That's my wife, everybody.
Hi.
Luis, this is the person I need to introduce you to.
Yes.
So, yeah. No. No. Yes, because it's Monday. Yeah. It's Monday.
Monday night D&D, baby.
Yeah.
Just another monster
Yeah, I know.
Monday.
Yeah. They can't hear you guys, obviously.
Well,
But
give them
yeah.
our regards.
Yeah, do you want to wave, Vivian? All right, there you go.
Perry says hi.
Who's that character from again?
Phineas and Ferb.
Oh, Phineas and
Perry the
Ferb.
Platypus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you have fun? Did you have a fun walk? Okay.
It's like there, and there. We didn't go in a block, but we just.
You didn't go around the block, we just walked around. Okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad you got out. Yeah. Oh,
Why
good.
were you here?
Well, Daddy was working, and now I've got my meeting.
Now he's playing.
My very important meeting. All right. We will. Oh, sorry about that.
Now, Lewis, just quick question. You
No
said
problem.
took time to heal. Should we assume?
Yeah, so
that's
assume you took
rest?
a short rest. Assume you took a short. Excuse me. Assume you took a short rest. There we go. So yeah. So what you gonna do? What's the plan?
I'm gonna do like a let's see here. I just want to investigate the fountain. I want
Sure.
to try to use a more like just a perception. I just want to look to see if there's anything that's weird.
Yeah, no problem. So so you all walk in, correct?
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Great. So yeah. So you all cross the threshold of the portcullis, and immediately the portcullis slams shut behind you. And out of the fountain jump out two humanoid looking fish creatures. So imagine like a fish head mounted on top of like Hulk Hogan. You know.
Oh. Sort of like Creature of the Black Lagoon on steroids.
That's what I was thinking.
Like just a giant fish head, like just yeah, whatever. I'm trying to
Eat them up. Yum.
Yeah.
Fish heads, roly poly fish heads.
Oh, don't get me started. I'll be singing it all day.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so yeah, that's what you see. They jump out. So please, ladies and gents, roll initiative.
Also, Lewis, this is the first time I've played a wizard in a long time. Do wizards regain lower level spell slots with short rests, or is it only with long rests?
I believe it's only long rest.
That's fine. Yeah, I was just wondering.
I rolled an 18.
All right.
Plus 3.
So you have a 21. Yep. And then Mira?
I rolled a 5.
5. And what did you roll?
5 as well. Yeah, 3 plus 2.
So Payman and Mira. Mira, what's your dexterity and Payman? Same thing. Same question.
0.
Dex is 14.
What is it, a 14? Okay, so Payman, you're going to go before Mira. And then these creatures, not that it matters, but they're called Kuo-toas. Kuo-Toa. Don't look it up. And except for the picture, I guess you can check out their pictures. And there's 2 of them. They jump up and that's it.
All right, I got my short bow. I'm gonna use that. Try to keep a distance if I can.
Okay, so yeah, so they approach you guys, and Bunglefoot, you have initiative, so please go first. What are you going to do?
I'm assuming that they are looking threatening since.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
armed and they have like these shields on them and stuff like that, and they're advancing towards you. They don't look.
All right. I'm going to. Okay, I roll a 13. Do I have any modifiers? Probably not. Just a short bow. This is actually the first combat I've run in 20 years, so just remind me if I need to do anything other than.
That's okay. No, yeah. So what you're going to do is, yeah, you're going to roll your attack dice, and then you're going to for whatever you're basically your D20.
Yep.
Whatever.
I rolled a 13.
And you're going to add for the weapon in question, you're going to add your attack modifier, which will be a plus something for that particular weapon.
Is that the hit/DC?
Yes.
That's plus 5.
Yeah. That's a plus 5. Okay, great. So you add 5 to that number.
Okay, 18.
Yep, and that's your roll.
Okay, I roll an 18.
18 it is, and an 18 hits.
All right. 1d6 plus 3 damage.
1d6 plus 3.
6 plus 3, 9.
9 damage. Excellent. Okay.
Bunglefoot the Destroyer.
Okay, yep. So for tracking purposes, this was Kuotoa number 1, and you have done 9 points of damage. Okay, and let me just double check here. Blah blah blah. All right, no problem. All right, I think we're good to go. Okay. Next up is Payman.
All right, how far apart are they?
They're currently adjacent to each other, probably about 5 feet apart.
Well, what a coincidence. Acid Splash can get 2 creatures that are within 5 feet of each other.
Go for it.
So I'll use my cantrip for Acid Splash, and I just hurl a bubble of acid right in between them.
All right. Using that cantrip, a stream of acid emanates from your hands, sort of, and splatters on top of the beasts. Do they need to make a roll, a save? I assume it's Constitution.
Dexterity, actually. They have
Dex
to make
save,
a
right?
dexterity.
Dex save to dodge. Okay. Now, because they happen to have a light sensitivity, they are going to have. Oh, actually, it doesn't look like they have disadvantage. Okay, they don't have disadvantage on the roll. Okay, so number 1 saves and number 2 saves. The numbers are high enough that I know, like a 17 saves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I figured. Yeah. So, and the other one was a nat 20 for the save.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so they save. So they're able to dodge out of the way of the stream, and maybe because they were still wet, whatever little did splash on them just kind of dribbled off with the water, and that is your attack, unless you have something else up your sleeve.
I think that's it. I don't have a bonus action.
All right, it's Mira's turn. Mira.
All right. I am going to approach with my shield and my mace.
Yeah.
And I'd like to do a melee attack.
All right. You can attack Kuotoa number 1 or the second one?
Which one is taking damage?
Number 1.
Number 1. Then I'll attack number 1.
All right. You attack number 1. Go ahead and roll.
So I rolled an 11 to hit. So that's probably a miss because that's including my bonus.
That is a miss.
All right. That's my turn.
That's it?
Let me see if I have a bonus action.
Okay.
Nope, I don't have any bonus action.
All right.
Makes sense.
No problem. Yep. So the first Kuotoa is, grabs a net that he's holding or whatever that's like right on his hip, and he tosses it towards Bunglefoot, and now this roll is with disadvantage.
I do still have my inspiration from the last session that I didn't use.
Yes.
Or do I?
Technically, you don't.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I'll let you have it.
I keep forgetting to
Yeah.
use it.
Well, technically, it's the same game. It's
Yeah.
just a session. So yeah. Anyway, so he misses, unfortunately. So he, the net flies wildly and just kind of, I guess, it tangles up on itself and just kind of lands right in front of you. And then the second one is going to attack Payman because he doesn't like being splashed with acid, and he misses. So that was number 2.
Can I have a hellish rebuke as a cantrip
Yes.
because my race, and I can
Yep.
trigger it as a reaction to an attack.
Yep.
Can I trigger a hellish rebuke, and he will have
Absolutely.
to make a saving throw? It's another dex saving throw.
All right, coming up against the one that just attacked you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does an 11 save?
Let me see. Would I be measuring against my dex at this point still?
I think it's against
Or-
your spell save DC. It's your spell difficulty. So it'll appear next to Hellish Rebuke. It should appear in there. I can pull up your character as well.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm using the.
I'm pulling up.
Dex is 10, so I guess the hit DC is 10 for it.
Let me check. Boom. Hellish Rebuke. It is against your dex, and it is a difficulty 10. Oh, excuse me. It is it is a DC 10. So the 11 saves.
Perfect. So he only takes half damage.
All right, and that is how much?
That's gonna be 2. He only takes 2.
2 points of damage. All right. So that was number 2. Okay. At that moment, as the water bubbles in the fountain, and 4 more make an appearance and begin to climb out. But they don't. That is their action, and so they won't be able to finish moving until their next turn. So it is now Bunglefoot's turn.
4 more.
Yep.
So we're at 6 against 3 now.
Yep.
How far away is the fountain from me?
You're currently within 20 feet.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna attack the one I attacked before, again with the short bow.
Okay, short bow it is. Fire away. You may fire when ready.
7 plus
7.
Yeah, I think I
plus
probably
5. You
missed.
have a plus 5, right?
Yeah.
So it's
yes.
I think
yes.
yeah.
So 12.
That's a 12. Unfortunately, 12 misses.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right, Payman, your turn.
Alrighty, so we're gonna try this again with another cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
So I will aim it at which creature's closest to me.
The creature closest to you is the one that that attacked you. So he backed up a little bit after attacking you. So that was he's about 10 feet away.
Okay. Can I step backwards, and how much distance do I have behind me?
Well, you so let's say another 10 feet.
Okay.
So basically, you manage to you walk about 10 feet past the gate when it's slammed shut on you, and then the creatures came out, and so the fountain is 20 feet in front of you. So It's 10 feet to the fence, excuse me, to the gate, 10 feet to the nearest foe, and 10 more feet from that nearest foe to the fountain.
Awesome. So I am going to take just 10 step backs, and then I'll take a firebolt as my action, the cantrip firebolt.
Go for it.
And I'm going to attack the one right in front of me. So I hurl a mote of fire, it's described. They have to make... Is this a dex? Let me see. I just have the...
Yeah, I have your character pulled up. Let me check.
I haven't loaded... Man, I should have done this.
Yeah,
I
you
haven't loaded
your
spells.
spells in here. That's why.
I have my books, and then on the
Yeah,
D5...
I can basically add the spell. This is Firebolt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so I've added Firebolt and Acid Splash. Okay, so basically you can go into the Manage Spells section of the so you go into Spells and then click Manage Spells, and then you can then click on where it says Add Spells, and you can search for them. In any case, the Firebolt is just simply it's a +5 to hit. So roll a d20, please.
There we go. That's an 8 plus...
+5. You got a +5.
Yeah.
So that is a 13. The 13 hits.
Awesome. And then it takes...
D10 damage.
I have a 7.
All right. 7 points of damage to number 2. Number 2 takes 7 points of damage. He lets out a bubbling screech as the firebolt hits him. And let me just double check, make sure that, see if they have any sensitivity to fire. Does not look like they do. So that is it. Okay, good enough. All right. Mira.
I'm going to use my mace again.
Yep.
Hopefully with better success. I rolled a 17 to hit. I assume that hits.
Nice.
17 hits, yes.
Okay, I did only 4 damage.
Okay. So that was against creature number 1. That's the one you were engaged with before. For, you said 4 points of damage, correct?
Yes.
All right, no problem. Okay, now it's their turn. We'll start with the first 2. The number 1 goes after Mira, charging you with a spear.
No. I have an 18 AC. Good luck.
What?
I have an 18 AC. Good luck.
Well, he's especially since he's got this advantage. He rolled a 7. However, the second roll was a 19. So,
Do you have advantage or disadvantage?
No, he has disadvantage. So the 7 is what holds. Yes. So, so he unfortunately did not hit. So he missed you, and that was his attack. The number 2, who's engaged with Payman, really has it in for you and is going to attack. And in this particular case, he's like running straight towards you. Well, you're 30 feet away now. Yep, he can do that. So, yeah. So he's gonna go ahead and with his big fishy mouth, he's gonna try to bite you. And look at that, with disadvantage, he still rolls a 19. I'm assuming that hits, right?
Oh yeah, he takes a chunk.
All right.
You're tasty.
Right.
Damage is my least favorite die to roll. It's got to be a D4.
Oh, I hate D8s. I can never roll well with D8s.
Oh man, D8s are my favorite dice. D10s get me.
Yeah, they get you. All right, you take 5 points of damage.
That's not fun. That's a lot.
It's like,
that is.
And it, you know, it's like piranha teeth too. So it's like all these teeth just kind of dig into you, and it's like, yeah.
Well,
and,
since he's so close, I'm gonna trigger Hellish Rebuke cantrip again. Yeah, I want to trigger that bad boy again. So it's a Dex 10 he has to beat.
Coming up, Dex 10. He fails.
Ooh, yes. So now he takes 2d10.
2d10 coming up. Want me to roll for you, or you'd roll? You roll.
I got it. Yeah. He takes 7.
7 points of damage.
Mhm.
All right. All right. Very good.
Also,
Ooh.
just while I have you, I do have Arcana Recovery, so I can use it after a short rest to recover like.
Okay. Yeah. So you can go ahead and recover those spells. All right. Great. So so the remaining 4 make it out of the fountain, and they immediately try to surround the party. You guys. And they 2 of them are going to attack with nets, and they're going to cast them at the short one, Bunglefoot. So 2 nets going after you with disadvantage. Fail, and rolled double 17s plus 3, so 20 dirty 20s. So the net hits you, and you need to make a
Please say dexterity.
no, actually you don't have to do, not at this point. You are considered restrained.
Uh-oh.
So your speed becomes 0. Attack rolls against you have advantage,
Yikes.
and your attack rolls have disadvantage, and you have disadvantage on dexterity throws. Okay?
Oh my.
So you are currently restrained. So that was the action of those first 2. The other 2 are going to split up, and they're going to go. One is going to go after Mira and her super high AC, and the other one is going to go after Payman. So Payman is you basically have 2 on hand. But here we go for the one that's going after Mira. We're looking at a spear attack, and misses. And then the one that's going after Payman it's going to throw a net at you. And unfortunately, that
You want
misses.
to give me the inspiration? Oh, I was going to ask if Bunglefoot wanted to give me that inspiration.
No, he misses.
I used it already.
So you are
Didn't I?
good to go. Yep. This is the one issue with doing a running a Kuotoa combat at high noon.
Right.
They just can't see very well. So yeah, so as it is now Bunglefoot's turn, and then Payman, you will come after.
So what I would like to do is I'd like to try to use one of my daggers to cut myself out of this net using, and it says I have this fast hands skill where I can get a bonus action to make a sleight of hand check, use my thieves tools, or take the use an object action. Can I use my dagger as an object to cut the ropes?
So if you want to,
excuse me.
so the net has an armor class of 10, and so if you do 5 points of damage on it, you will free yourself from it. Okay.
Okay.
But you do have disadvantage on your roll.
Okay.
For that. And then that's basically what you would have to do with your action. You can also do a strength check.
Yeah, I have an 8 for strength.
Yeah, but without disadvantage, so it's just 1 die, because you're fine on death check. Excuse me, on strength checks. And
okay.
if you roll a 10 or above, you will free yourself. So,
I got like a 50%
I'm just giving
chance.
you options, right?
Okay.
So you can use your strength to rip yourself off of the net, and there you just need to roll a 10 or higher. And if you try to use your knife to free yourself, as strange as it sounds, you do so with disadvantage, and you need to deal 5 points of damage.
Do I have to roll to hit the net if it's surrounding me?
You can take
with the daggers.
Actually, you can take a 10. So assume that you roll a 10, and which is the minimum you need, and just roll the damage die.
Yeah, so the damage die is then what I would get the disadvantage on, right?
No, you will not get disadvantage on the damage die. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's only on the roll, on the hit roll.
Okay. So I either wait. I just want to make sure I understand. So I either just roll a 10 or higher on a strength check.
Yes.
To
or
try
roll a 10 or higher on a disadvantage attack roll. or you can just take a 10 and I'll give it to you.
Okay, I'll just take a 10 and you can give it to me.
All right. Yeah, taking a 10 is something I don't usually do, but just for simplicity's sake today, you take a 10. So you just basically using your raw halfling strength, you just kind of go, and you get out. I'm assuming you have a high pitched voice.
Are they intimidated by this?
Are they intimidated by the short little 2 or 3 foot tall halfling freeing himself, just going? No, they're not.
Dang it! All right, but at least I'm free. All right. So that does not count as that counts as my action then for the. I don't get a bonus action.
Indeed. So payment, it is now your turn.
Okay,
And
so
then
he's free.
You're next.
And how close am I to? So I guess I'm roughly.
You're kind of backed up against the portcullis, right? That's the last thing you did, and the nearest one is directly in front of you.
And how far is the second one?
About 10 feet.
Okay, cool. Then I will use my first spell slot and do Thunder Wave.
Okay.
Which is it's a Constitution saving throw. Man, I really got to add these.
You really do. I'll pull it up for you.
Before next time, they will be added.
No problem. Thunder Wave.
I really like that spell.
When you have super low AC, it comes in handy.
Whoops. I added Thunder Wave now. All right. It is a Constitution save. Target number is 13. Okie dokie.
And it targets both.
And you're targeting both of them? All
Yeah.
righty. Let me check. Okay. They do not have disadvantage, so I'm just going to roll for both of them. Here we go. All right. Number 2 fails, and number 3 is the other one that's attacking you, and that one succeeds. So how much damage does it do? And then we can just divide by half for the save.
Yeah. So it takes 2d8. So that's an 8. That was off table. That's an 8 and a 7.
Okay, so 15 points of damage. And
then one of them is pushed back 10 feet.
Right. So the one that that is in front of you that did not save, basically being in front of you, the moment you kind of go, or whatever it is that your action looks like,
clap.
right? You just kind of clap, and this is just, this force, right? Immediately, that fish you see his rib cage collapse in on itself.
Yeah.
And then he just flies back past its compatriot, right? And just falls, turned kind of into mush, right? And then the other one who did save takes half damage, so that one's going to take 7 points of damage, and that is that. Okay, so well done indeed.
Do I have any movement that I can move laterally to try to get some space between us?
Yes, you have movement.
Can I move laterally, like to the outside of the group if they're kind of coming from the fountain?
Yeah, you can kind of spread out. Yeah, no problem. So as much as you want, like up to 30 feet. So
yeah. So okay. I'll just move 30 feet kind of out and around.
All right, so you still want to, and how far away do you want to be from the one that was attacking you?
As far as I can be. As far as I can be from the one that isn't.
Position yourself up to 40 feet away from that one.
Yeah, then let's go the full extent there.
Okay, very good. You do that. Okay, then we're looking at Mira.
All right. I'm going to use my so the one I'm fighting that I'm in melee with has already taken a bunch of damage, right? Hasn't gone down yet.
The one you're in front of,
Number 1.
yeah, number 1. Yep,
So he's, how bad does he look? Does he look pretty close to going
pretty
down?
bad. Pretty bad.
Okay, so I'm going to attack with my melee weapon, my mace, one more time.
One more time.
No, I totally miss.
You
I rolled-
missed. Okay.
You're a lover, not a fighter, Mira.
That's true. That's
I'm
very true.
loving not a fighter.
Exactly.
All right. So I need you to roll a strength check, please. A strength save, actually.
Me?
Yes.
Save strength save. That is +2. I rolled a 7.
Okay. As you attack with your mace, if I remember right, the fish guy kind of lifts up his shield, which you see it's kind of covered in some slimy substance, and your mace gets caught on the shield and it's stuck there. You are considered to be in a, unless I'm mistaken, a grappled. Yep, you are in a grappled state unless you either pull free or release the weapon. Okay. So, and for grapple, to remind you, your speed is 0, and a thunder wave would actually free you, or you can just do a strength check. So in this case, yeah, it would be a strength check. Your difficulty is 11, but you would have to do that on your next action. All right. Bunglefoot, this is the guy that was attacking you. One of the two, actually, there are 3 on you technically.
Great.
So yeah, so this is the same one. So he's basically got Mia grappled. By the same token, I'm going to assume that he's effectively stuck as well, in that he's got Mia.
They're both grappled.
They're basically mutually grappling each other.
They're grappling.
Yes.
So, but if I tried to shoot him with my short bow,
Well, if you kill him,
right,
she's just going to have a yeah. He's very hurt. I will say that.
right. I'll try and shoot him. See if I can't get
All right.
one of these.
Go
out.
ahead and roll.
13 plus 5, 18.
That hits.
Yay.
Rolling down the river.
Another 6 plus 3, 9.
All
Booyah.
right. Well, your hit strikes true, striking the creature right in its big fishy eyes, and with a pop, he falls down. And let's actually go ahead and have Mira do that strength check now. And
Have
same
Mira do it,
difficulty.
or both
Yeah,
of us?
yeah. So basically, the way I'm envisioning is that you struck him. Now he's collapsing, and so
And is he
his
pulling her
full
over?
weight. And so the question is, does he drag Mira down with him?
For my strength check.
I
hope not. It'd be pretty scary if he did.
You shouldn't be able to, but what is it?
19 total?
19? No, yeah. You basically, in fact, that's enough for you to release your weapon from that shield, and so you do have your weapon back. And that brings us over to the Kuatoa. So we have 2 dead ones. That one and that one. And oops.
It's almost a fair fight again.
Yeah, it's almost a fair fight. And I think it kind of broke my pen or something. Maybe not. Okay, so the one that's on payment, the other one, he is going to try to strike you. He's with a spear, and misses with presumably an 11 misses. Actually, I should check with you.
I think that's actually a push with my armor class.
Yeah, your armor class is 12. It looks like.
Okay, there you go.
So yeah, so he misses. Then the Bunglefoot, you've got 2 on you. They're now approaching into melee range, and the one will bite, the other one will use his spear. Here comes the bite. That is a 9. Presumably that misses.
That misses. Yeah.
And an 8. That's definitely gonna miss. Or excuse me, I'm sorry, that's an 11. Does an 11?
His armor class is, I believe, 13.
Then that misses.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is that. As far as those two are concerned, now, Mira, you've got one against you here. So this one is going to go and spear ya. And does a 13? No, you have an armor class of 18. So no, it's not
She's
going to
a
work.
tank.
Yeah. So, yep, there we go. That is it. And now it is Bunglefoot's turn. Monsieur Bunglefoot.
I have two of them that are they too close to use for me to use my short bow anymore?
Yes, they are now in melee range. So you
Okay.
can move away, but they will get an attack of opportunity. All of them.
But yes, and
You do have your disengage action.
that's what I'm thinking, because when I do that, when I have my disengage,
you have your cunning action, I think, as your rogue, right?
yes, I can take a bonus action to take a disengage.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can use your bonus action before you attack.
Okay, yeah, I will do that to try to get some more range, since I presumably still already have my bow in my hands anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
you very deftly squirrel away, maybe between two of them, just kind of do a little
Squeep.
slide with your bow, and then kind of get up and run. And so yeah, let's actually say that you're attacking them from behind. So that's going to give you a temporary advantage on your attack roll. So go ahead and roll to hit.
Ooh, if I have a advantage on the attack roll, can I do a sneak attack?
Yes, sir.
Yay. All right. I got a natural 1. Thank goodness I'm lucky.
And you have advantage.
And I have advantage, so 13 plus, so 13 plus,
yeah, armor class 13, so that's 13 by itself hits. Yeah.
Okay, 13. So then I do,
give me some damage.
So basically it's 3d6.
Yeah, because
3d6 plus 3.
Sneak attack. And so you do the weapon damage plus the d6s.
Right. Yeah. Well, so the weapon damage is 1d6.
Okay.
And then I get an extra 2d6.
And your sneak attack is 2d6. Okay. Perfect.
Right.
Go for it.
5, 9, 12.
All right. 12 points of damage against. All right. Very well done. With one really just precise hit, you basically hit him in the gill, and immediately just kind of starts spitting kind of blood. And yeah, he's definitely not very happy. All right, Payment, your turn. And Mira's next.
So what can you describe the battlefield for me?
So at the moment, you distance yourself, right? So spread out. You're about 30 feet from basically Bunglefoot and Mira, and a 40-foot distance from the nearest Kuatoa, and because they haven't had their movement yet. So the Kuatoa are from the looks of it. Two of them are clustered next to Mira and Bunglefoot. I say next to, but Bunglefoot did move away. So Bunglefoot, did you move to your maximum range?
Yeah, I tried to get as much range as I could.
All right. So let's say that Bunglefoot is 30 feet away from the nearest foe, actually. So you really have two of them really close to Mira because she's been doing melee attacks.
Yeah.
Okay. And Bunglefoot is now 30 feet in the opposite direction, so 60 feet away from you.
Right. So the enemies would be, the farthest one would be no more than like 50 feet away from me.
Right.
Correct. Okay. Cool. I'm going to use a level 2 spell slot right here, and I've added it to my my character sheet. So hey yo, watch out. And it says I'm going to use Scorching Ray.
Scorching Ray. All right. So that is just roll d20.
Yeah. And I'm targeting all 3 individually. With one each ray, I get 3 rays. 19 plus 5.
Dang.
Beautiful.
There we
So
go.
tell me, just what does this look like?
Yeah. So a
I
scorching
can
ray.
envision the sound effect. It's like a
Yeah. I think
Right?
it's the closest thing to a laser that we would have in D&D for now.
Yeah.
But it's essentially I set blasters to eradicate.
Right.
That's so I'm just going 2 hands, maybe a little staggered
Yeah. Kind
photon
of like
blast.
you're pulling the Iron Man move.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Repulsor blasts away. Great. So, yep, that's exactly what happens. Give me some damage.
So first D6 for the. Do you just want to roll? Do you want me to roll 2D6
Oh, you
and then
have to
apply it
roll
across?
actually for every ray.
Okay, cool. So that first one that I hit nearest me, we'll just land that.
Yep.
And then the other one, ooh, that's a 9 plus 5. I hope that lands.
+5, that hits.
Oh,
You got a +5. So yep,
and then another 19.
All right, you're good. Okay, they all 3 hit.
Mm-hmm. How do you want to do damage?
Now let's just your choice. You either roll 2d6 for each ray, or just roll once, and we keep that number.
Let's do 2d6 for each ray.
All right, go for it.
So first one. So the first one is just a 5. 5 in total for the one nearest me. The next one is a 6. The next one's a 10 for the one, I guess, closest to me next to Mira.
Okay. And you said 10?
Yes.
All right.
And then I drop my D6. Gotta love that.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
gonna have to treat that as a critical fail.
And the next one's 6. The next one's 6.
All right. All right, I'll give you a choice. You can hit the one that Bunglefoot stuck in the gill, or the one, an undamaged one.
I'm gonna hit the undamaged one with the greater of the 2.
Okay, and the damage was how much again?
6 on the last one.
Okay. Alrighty. Very good. Mira, your turn.
All right. So the one that has been damaged a lot is still up next to me, correct?
That is no, he's dead. He's dead.
Okay, he's
Oh
dead.
yeah. How many did I kill any with that ray?
No.
So what I'm going to do then is use one of my spells called Inflict Wounds. On the one that's next to me. It's a melee spell attack against a creature you can reach. On a
All right.
hit, it takes 3d10 necrotic damage.
All right. Give me the
so
roll.
Go ahead and roll that. Ooh. I only rolled 10. I think that's a miss.
All right. 10 is a miss.
All right. That's my turn because I don't have a good bonus action.
All righty. No problem. All right, here we go. The Kuatoas go, and okay, alive. Okay, the first one, who's on payment, attacks, is going to be using a spear and misses. The second one on Bunglefoot, this is the one with the thing stuck in him.
We'll call him Gil.
Yeah.
What
Gil.
about Bob?
So I will do this. I just rolled a 1. I'm going to use my critical fail deck.
Oh my goodness.
What happens as a result of rolling a 1? Okay. This is, you guys are level 3, so I'm just going to pick 1. Actually, I think I have one for players. Do I have one for players? All right. is. Oh, this is the critical hit deck. Wait a second. Oh dear. Yeah, when the critical failed said does double damage. Yeah, I think I may have. Oh my
Wrong
gosh.
deck.
Yeah. Hold on, my decks are all a mess.
So Jason, you really are lucky, Bumblefoot. You
Yeah, it's. I love halflings.
So Payman, you said you're down.
Hmm?
You said you're dead.
Oh no.
Oh.
I not yet.
All right, here we go.
Okay. I was like,
All
all
right.
right, I know what my last spell slot's going towards.
No, I really tried to pull out all the stops with that
All
last
right.
spell.
Okay, as a result of bungling, basically its next attack will do minimum damage if it hits. So that is the result of the fail. I'll keep the deck handy just in case. Okay, so that was that one. The next one that's also on Bunglefoot misses, and then that leaves the one that's on Mira. And a dirty 20 versus a natural 20. So does a dirty 20 hit? Presumably yes, right? So finally sticks you with a spear. I'm sorry, I had Payman's character pulled up. All right, the spear does 1d8 plus 1. Here we go. A 9. Oh, I mean an 8 plus 1, 9. All right, you take 9 points of damage. He tries to make a shish kebab out of you.
You did pretty good.
Yeah, and so that was that, and now it is Bunglefoot's turn.
All right. So I got one. Are the two like in melee range on me, or am I still bowable?
You are so one of them is in melee range.
Okay.
And yeah, so one of them is in melee range.
Can I try to do what I did last time? Try to do a.
Actually, they both are. They both are up against you.
Both in melee range. Can I do my disengage and turn and shoot again?
Yep.
Are you sure you don't want to drop some ball bearings?
I already dropped them all, and I haven't had a chance to replenish them since this picks up right after we left the other place. But believe me, also they probably wouldn't work that great on grass.
Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna disengage, turn, and fire again. Try to hit Gil.
All right. You're trying to hit Gil. Go for it. No advantage.
9 plus 5.
That's a hit.
14.
You hit.
All right. So that is 1d6. 6 plus 3. I am using this 1d6 for the rest of the day.
All right.
9.
9 it is. Gil is dead. All right. So, Payman, your turn. You've got still one on you.
Mm-hmm. So
And
I just I want to throw in a cantrip. It's going to be Ray of Frost.
all
So
right.
it's just I just got to beat his AC. So
All right.
I have +5 on it. Ooh, 7 plus 5. 12.
That is a miss.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, the Ray of Frost misses. All right. Mira.
All right. So I have a quick question for you before I decide to do this. My channel divinity allows me to distribute 15 points among any creatures within 30 feet of me, up to half of the creature's HP max. Is that saying that I can give them, so like if Payman has like 20 hit points, I can only give him 10 of those 15, or I can only bring him up
reading it,
to
so
half?
yeah, give me a second. Let's find out. Oops.
Oh, I'm reading it further. it says the feature can restore a creature to no more than half of its hit point maximum. All right, that answers my question.
Yeah.
Even what is your current HP and your max?
I think my max is 17, and my last damage is -5, correct? Yeah, so I'm at 12.
So you're not below half yet.
No.
Okay, so I will hold on to that.
Yeah,
He only took a few
He
points.
just bit me. That's it. He just
What?
took a chunk out of me.
That
Nom
means
nom.
I will use my melee attack again instead.
I'm sorry,
I
what was that?
rolled a natural 20.
Ooh, there we go.
Woo!
Give me damage.
All right. So total is 9, including the rolling. You do double the dice when you.
Yeah, but he's dead.
Oh,
So,
He's twice
all
as
right.
dead.
He's dead. All right, that leaves. There are 2 surviving ones. One of them on Payman, the other one on Bunglefoot, and it is now their turn. Well, they've seen their friends killed. I'm gonna just quickly check to see how smart they are. They're not that wise. So they're going to attack. So the one on Payman is gonna run up to you and try to strike you with a spear. And he failed. And his spear breaks as a result of that. And the one up against Bunglefoot. Forgot their bonus. Does a 12 hit?
No, I have a 14 armor class.
All right. So that one fails with their spear attack. All right. So it is now Bunglefoot's turn. The one that actually was attacking you, had he hit, he would have done minimum damage. I will save that for the next hit should he survive that long.
Well, let's hope he doesn't. I'm going to deploy the Bunglefoot strategy of flee, then fire.
All right.
9 + 5, 14.
Okay, that's a hit.
4 + 3, 7.
That is enough to kill it. All right, down. All right, that leaves 1. Oops, I'm sorry. Hold on. I took it off the wrong the wrong foe. That is not enough to kill it. All right. All right. Payman?
all right, awesome. I'm going to use my Hellish Rebuke cantrip,
Yes.
and they need to survive a Dex 10 saving throw.
Okay. Fails.
That's
Give me damage.
3d10 of fire.
I'm pretty sure it's going to kill it, but go ahead.
Well, call this
Roll
overkill.
low.
I'm ready for a fish fry.
One.
Ooh.
Ooh, so I got 10 with the first 2, but then I rolled the percentage dice. Double zero's 10, right?
The zero is a 10. Yeah.
Yeah, double zero's so that's 20.
All right. Yeah. So as you call forth the infernal fires of hell, which rise from below, it smells like salmon, like baked salmon. And yeah, it's not bad. So you're a little hungry now. So that's that guy's dead. Leaving just 1. Mira. Yeah, Mira, it's your turn.
All right. Well, with the 1 left, I will approach it and attack. 21 to hit, and
that is a hit.
5 damage.
That is enough. Exactly what you needed to kill it. All right, you finished off all the foes. We're no longer in combat. So as you kind of marvel at your impromptu sushi making class, you're left to wonder. They were all coming from that fountain. That fountain could not be more than 2 feet deep.
All right.
Or is it?
I suspect it is not. All right. So now, first, can I grab my arrows and pull them back?
Sure. Yes.
All right.
Let's say that half of your arrows survived.
Okay, that's fine. So now I'm going to go and check out this fountain.
Yeah, I go with him.
All right. So, yeah, a sunken pool of water dominates. I'm sorry, hold on a second. Wrong. All right.
I'm going to give Bunglefoot guidance as he investigates the...
Yeah.
Also, can I use my shape water cantrip and remove as much water as I can?
I'm sorry, remove water. What did you want to do?
Oh, I have a shape water cantrip.
Yeah,
so I can pull out like a 5-foot cube of water.
Yeah, so so here's what you're seeing first. You know, when you examine the fountain, you find that it is mostly shallow, except that there is one big opening on the opposite end of like the little statuary that's spitting out the fire, right? I mean the water is what I meant. And what you see is basically like a 5-foot wide like tunnel that seems to lead underwater.
Well, good thing we have this gillyweed.
Yeah, you have a cap of water breathing, which would allow one of you to go forth and explore.
Bunglefoot, how you feeling?
Like you feel like getting wet?
Like I just killed half of the of the Kuatoas. Yeah.
Could all of us fit in this hole? I mean, you said how wide is it?
He said 5 feet.
He said 5 feet.
Okay.
It's about 5 feet wide. It's like a cavernous looking tunnel. You can only see a few more feet, under it into the water. So the reason I'm mentioning that is because I don't think your shape water spell is really going to be capable of removing that large volume of water.
So there's more. So basically, there's like a bunch of back pressure in that pipe coming in. So if you take five,
well, like even if he removes whatever, like 20 cubic feet of water, the fact is
it's just going to fill in from the tunnel.
Yeah, that's what I was primarily trying to see, was if there was a constant flow to where like one individual would be going kind of against
well, and
the
even
stream.
if you remove 20 feet of water and just move it out of the way, it's not. Let's assume that there's no constant supply of water. Even if there weren't, we're still dealing with the equivalent of, say, whatever, a 20,000 gallon tank. As an example. Right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
so that's kind of the dealio.
Okay.
I really don't mind going in, Bunglefoot, if you want to kind of take a step back from the chopping block.
Well, I have all my hit points still.
Okay.
So I mean, and Mira's been hit. I think I'm the meat tank right now, from a hit point perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And I also, Mira's human, and I have dark vision too, so that'll probably also help me, given the fact that a torch probably wouldn't work very well.
Yep.
Not me.
So okay, yeah, let's. I'll go and explore.
All right.
Making
So
aggressive use of my perception skill.
Yeah. So let me just pull up.
And my proficiency bonus is doubled for perception.
Yeah. So basically, as you don the cap, a bubble of air forms around your head, and you dive underwater, and that bubble stays with you, allowing you to breathe. And so you swim down into the tunnel, and the tunnel goes on for approximately 50 feet. So as you go deeper, there's more pressure. But what it is that at the and you do have guidance, right? So as you go down, like say 10 feet, you find what looks to be like an alcove um, in the water, and that alcove, you see basically, it's not particularly big. It is just barely big enough for one of these kuatoas, and it's basically almost like a nest, with kind of algae and stuff like that forming kind of like a, padding this little alcove, so it's comfortable to kind of rest in and sleep in, and there's some personal property, belonging to these fellas. And so as you go through the process of searching through all the alcoves, you find assorted clothing, some cages full of fish, and two rusty spears, and jewelry made out of shells that, should you have it appraised, will be worth 10 gold pieces.
Ooh, all right.
And that is all you find. The tunnel dead ends. So there's a couple alcoves on the left, a couple alcoves on the right, 6 in all. So this accounts for the 6 critters that you have taken out, and that is all.
And there's
So
no no secret door in there.
And no like supply of water coming through that you can. Yeah. So it could be groundwater seeping through.
Okay. Yeah, it could be a spring. Okay. All right. Well, then nothing else looks of interest.
No, sir.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to call this a guard shack then. And I'm going to leave.
All right. Oh, yeah. So you do leave. There is, I did neglect to mention that the very first foe that you killed does wear a golden circlet around its head.
Ooh.
And written in Elvish are the words, "Be thee not afraid."
Would Mira, or what Mira's, she's human, right? Can you speak Elvish?
Yes, I can.
Q. It was more like long term worried about, but be thee not afraid.
Yeah.
Be thee not afraid, it says. Okay. So do you take that circlet?
Heck yeah.
All right. No problem.
So as a wizard, Payman, do you happen to have Identify prepared?
I don't know if I do. I do not have it prepared, but if it's a cantrip, then I don't necessarily have to have it prepared in the slot.
Spell, but you can cast it as a ritual.
Oh, like the
It tells you what what the item is.
Yeah. No, it's a level 1, and I would have to have it prepped.
So, so you do not have Identify, right?
No.
You will have to try to maybe attune it or something like that to figure out what it is.
Can I see if in my studies I have come across anything like this?
No, and there's no additional writing or arcane runes or anything else that could identify it other than these Elvish words.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Good enough. Anybody gonna wear it?
Well, I've already got the the
cap of water breathing.
Well, I have the cap of water breathing, but I also, as a halfling, don't I also have that skill of, what is it? Of where like I don't frighten easily anyway.
You have advantage against being frightened.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, you're brave. It's your
Yeah, that's what it is. Brave. Yes.
So, okay, right.
All right. So I mean, I don't know. I don't. It's.
So the only thing
you
I
wanna
care
wear it?
about right now is if anybody's going to wear it.
but I don't. I have accidentally used a cursed item in past D&D experiences, so I've learned my lesson about putting on random items.
But statistically speaking, most items are not cursed.
Keep in mind, the creature
know.
was wearing it.
Oh yeah, yeah. So the one guy was wearing it, and it didn't seem to.
Then again, it could have enslaved it.
Yeah. I'm going to hold on to it and wait to get it appraised before I use it.
Very good, very good. No problem. Okay. So you're back outside, and while Bunglefoot gets dry, you stand there studying the estate and the door to the mansion. The door looks very sturdy. It's wood with iron trim and reinforcements.
Is there any other way into the house, or is it just like what do the windows look like?
Yeah, go ahead and do an investigation check, please.
14.
Well, in a
plus, hold on, plus 1, 15.
okay, so you get flashbacks as you spot a trellis that reminds you of the one that you climbed to get into the waiter estate, leading to a window. And that seems to be, after careful examination, the only potential way to get in.
Okay.
But it's pretty easy to climb. Like very easy, much easier than the Reuters estate.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna climb.
All right. You climb it easily. And okay. Yep, you find yourself in a hallway of an estate with vaulted ceiling and marble floors. There's very little in terms of decoration or furniture. An occasional piece here or there, but fairly minimal. Nonetheless, the place is clean and orderly. Does the rest of the gang join you?
I do. I mean, might as well.
Looks a heck of a lot easier than trying to hammer that door down.
Yeah, this is going to be as easy as climbing a ladder. No rolls needed.
That's good for Mira.
I figured I should tell you. So you climb in, yes?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
You're all there. So so after examining the room, the only things that are noteworthy is that in the this is just a much nicer version of the Reuter estate, and what you see is in the main kind of foyer, you see an underwater scene painted in the main hall, and in the kitchen you find wine, salted fish, cheese, and bread, and then you find there's a bedroom upstairs. Yeah, a bedroom upstairs. That seems interesting.
What's in? Okay, let's check out
The rest of the rooms look like not even sparse, like just unused.
Oh, really? Like
Clean,
are like
but
empty?
like no furniture, no beds.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically the kitchen and then this one bedroom that is set up for that seems to be inhabited.
Well, I don't know. I say we go check out the bedroom.
I definitely agree.
All right. Unlike all the other rooms in the manor, this contains some sign of being lived in. A four-poster bed dominates the room. There are two bowls near the wall. One of them contains water. As you investigate, you find. I'm going to try to describe it for you. You find a small furry creature that looks almost canine, but not quite, with a humped back, white fur, and a face that has no fur on the face, but still it's got a large snout and a bunch of tiny little teeth, and it's under the bed, and it's just kind of whimpering and shying and going kind of creeping up behind the. What was that?
I'd like to use animal handling to coax
All
it
right.
out.
Yeah, go ahead and try to entice it. How are you going to do it? Are you going to use food, or are you just going to go, here, little doggy, whatever? It is not a
Do I
dog.
get around?
What was that?
I guess I'll pull some like beef jerky out of my.
Sure. Yeah, you take out some cured meats, and go ahead.
I said we put a necklace on it.
You mean a collar?
So yeah, so go ahead and give me just your roll, please. Your animal handling roll.
13 total.
13. Okay, great. Yeah, the creature just kind of smells and speaking of which, smelling like there's some pork loin that's searing right now, and it smells delicious. Oh, look at a kitty! That is wow. Somebody's fat.
He's not fat. He's just big boned.
Or just very furry, and that's the illusion it gives. So anyway, so the little creature just kind of comes out and eats the jerky, and he starts like hopping around excitedly, just running around in circles, and it just runs out the bedroom, and you hear it like yipping. It's not quite a bark, but it's the closest thing I can describe, since I don't know what sound they normally make. And it starts kind of just running down the stairs.
I mean, it sort of feels like a Lassie movie.
Yeah, and you hear it kind of like yipping, somewhere downstairs, just kind of, and you hear some scratching.
I mean, let's hightail it after it. We've already checked the well.
I mean, might as well. There's nothing. I mean, what else do we have? The other rooms are empty. Maybe he's going to take us to something interesting.
Okay. All right. So a door that you had not investigated yet leads to a cellar. And as you go into the cellar, the puppy kind of runs down into the cellar and then begins scratching away and yipping happily at a panel of wainscoting that at first glance just looks like everything else around it. But he's just yipping and hopping excitedly and just.
Can I go up to investigate it?
Yeah, so go ahead and give me an investigation check with advantage, please.
Oh, 100% the wrong dice. Ever roll a d12 instead of a d20? All right, so that's a 14, and then investigation. I have +5 on investigation.
All right,
so
excellent, beautiful. So yeah, you find that there is a secret door here, and you are able to open it.
I just hit it with my staff.
All right, it opens, and the doggy or whatever the creature just kind of
the dog-like creature to be named later,
and just starts running into the passage.
What do you guys think? You want to go after it?
I mean, sure. Why not?
Okay. So you let the creature take a lead?
Yep.
Well, I'm not going to go first.
Yeah.
All right, so it just starts yip 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 and just runs in, and as you follow, you find yourselves in a sunken rectangular. Um, uh, I'm sorry, in a room with a sunken rectangular pool of water, with pillars at each corner. And standing beside the pool must be is a woman, and must be Evanor Vandrum, a slender elven woman wearing a seafoam green gown. She calmly turns as you enter, and she's holding the puppy, and she's just scratching behind its ear. And you are?
Did she see us? Like, is she just directly eyeballing us?
Yeah, no, she just turned around. She was staring at the entrance whence the puppy came, and she goes, and you are?
Uh,
She
Potential help. I hear that you're doing something to potentially teach this town a lesson. And seeing as we were robbed on our first day here, we kind of want to be part of that.
I'm gonna give
Well,
Damon,
give him a cuff.
so
but I'm not gonna say anything.
so I'll remind you, she's an elf.
Oh, can I say it in Elvish? I can speak Elvish. Can I say it in Elvish?
She responds in kind. Thank you for the courtesy. And I'm sorry, what is it that you're accusing me of?
Oh, not an accusation by any means. We heard that you had the means to alter the town's water supply and wanted to see if we could be of
And
assistance.
who did you learn this from?
Just some rats.
Oh, what was his name again?
Oh, are we gonna name drop?
Yeah, Gerwin Reuter.
Do you know who I am? I am.
Do I know what you are? Well,
Still just playing with the puppy, scratching behind the ears, and it's just.
This is weird.
Well, I know that your family, fitting that these pillars are here, were some founders and pillars of this town. So we just we go where the strong are. That's all we really need to know.
Surely you must be smarter than that. Mira, why don't you take a shot at it? Woman to woman. Hmm?
Mira's not so great at being the face.
Well, would Mira be willing to deceive, or would she just want outright?
I'm giving everybody a chance,
Yeah.
She is not a big fan of deception.
Mm-hmm.
So she's just gonna sit there and nod.
Okay.
Kind of maybe yeah, that's all I got.
Can I?
All right. So
I just wanted a message. Can I use message on Bunglefoot and just say, should we kill her?
It's yep, that's you can give a one-word reply, Bunglefoot.
no. I'm just thinking literally every person we've met since the start of this adventure has not been what we thought that they were supposed to be. So all right. So I'm going to say, milady, we're here because the town has a problem, and we're here to try to solve the problem. And
Town has a problem. The town has a problem.
So it also
still playing with the dog, but it's slowing down.
Oh, okay. And then I say, and maybe the town isn't the only one with a problem?
The town is definitely not the one with the problem. It is I that has a problem with the town.
Oh, and what is that problem? Maybe we can help.
Surely you must have seen that abomination of a play they put on,
We did. It was
celebrating some alternate, some history that vilifies me and my sisters.
Those are your sisters?
When that Jude
Oh.
Windbrow was the invader,
So it
killed
seems
them.
there's more to you than it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the case?
I presume you are smarter than you look.
So,
So
seeing
finish
as
the story for me. Let's
so
see you are worthy of my trust.
Why don't you tell me the full story so we can judge what we might know?
Tell me what you know and what you think you know. She's looking at you, Mira. She's not making eye contact with anybody else.
That there were honestly, all I know is the only version of events I have is the play that we saw. So I'd love to hear your
So
side.
you did see it.
Yeah, I didn't really like it. It seemed like kind of played up, like how everybody always over exaggerates and over characterizes, over dramatizes. So obviously, plays aren't like the truth. Everyone knows they play up the drama. Otherwise, it wouldn't be called a play or the theater. So I'd actually really love to hear your side. Could you elaborate?
We lived here peacefully, my sisters and I. And that Jude Windbrow and his cronies came and attacked us. Their bias against us hags insults me. Killed my two sisters, and it's just me alone. And I've lived in peace. Thanks to the help I received from the Reuter family. The Reuters were allied until that fool Gerwin, whatever his name was, Gerwin. So that fool Gerwin, who's obviously forgotten what our relationship was all about, our long-standing family relationship was all about, decided to betray my trust. So I took from him what I needed to force him to get what I needed. And she glances at an object that at first you would have mistaken for a lantern or something like that, but it's more like a alabaster vase, and it's got a slow pulsing light inside it.
Well, now that you have what you needed, do you still need what you took from him as recompense?
Does she have what she needed?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Bunglefoot.
She does have what you're fairly certain, because Gerwin did say that he delivered the key.
Right.
So, but she doesn't signal anything, right?
If he betrays your trust, I can see how he could be manipulated into betraying your trust, but I don't know if he would purposely do so based off of our recent and limited encounters with him.
For hundreds of years, I've tried to live peacefully, changing my form every so often so that I could seem to be a new member of the family, of the Vandrum family. And I grow tired and weary of this charade. And now, after seeing that play vilifying us further, that's it. The town has got to go. The people must go.
So is it that you is it that you hate the town itself, or is it that you hate the story that the town believes
The
about you?
hatred and bigotry that vilifies my kind.
Oh, okay. So if we were able to help you tell the true story to the city, would you perhaps reconsider your plan?
She stops stroking the dog and she seems to consider. Go on. What do you propose?
Let's see.
Even if we used the situation we currently find ourselves in to springboard your story, the truth, right? And we say that this key gave you access to the waterways, that you were fording off a threat, that you prioritized the town, even though they had been such bigots and harshly discriminated against your kind, and use that as a platform to tell the true story.
I appreciate how your suggestion. She looks at you, eyes intent. I appreciate how your suggestion would keep me safe, keep my identity safe. But that's not my interest.
What is your interest? What would you like to happen?
I would like to be respected and left alone.
So,
And that farce that they are putting on in the docks should go away and ideally replaced with something more factually correct.
oh,
I have a quick question. If you want to
Yeah.
be left alone, why do you care what the human? Oh shoot! Sorry, my cat just fell off the.
I thought it was an earthquake.
No, my cat fell off of
Let
the.
me rephrase. I do not wish to be seen as an enemy.
Okay,
So
so
I do not wish to be harassed should my identity be revealed. So really, to kind of rephrase what she's saying, she's looking for really that respect and the truth. That's what it sounds like to you.
It's yeah. It sounds like she wants like the story of this, like the Sea Hags, to be retold without kind of the ripping on the Sea Hags, but she doesn't want necessarily it to be known that she's a Sea Hag.
Well, no. I think so. When she corrected herself, I think what she's saying is that she wants to be recognized as a Sea Hag,
Oh,
and
okay.
and be respected for what she really is. She doesn't want to have to carry on with her charade.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I hear you, and I think that's very honorable. From from tiefling to sea hag, I know what discrimination feels like. I mean, town after town, I run out before I'm known for who I am. So
perhaps you do. Perhaps you do.
And to piggyback off of what I said earlier, I'm sorry to assume that you would want to keep this farce going, but maybe we could use this farce, this evil that you have been embodying in this family, and keeping up with, as the scapegoat for bringing out the honorableness of the Sea Hag. Use this as the Sea Hag came back and saved the town against this evil plot from this city's founder.
I do not need a lie. I need the truth to be told that we were here first. That Windbrow and the rest were invaders who, because of the way we look, because of the magics we practice, they took our home from us, forced us to hide. And if not for one good man one good family who took pity on me and sheltered me and helped me establish a new identity,
Oh,
I would not live. I would not be alive.
so but that's a great story. Like, I mean, so there's a so I mean, the that play is not clearly the only play that theater company could do. Like, what if what if we wrote a new play for them that told the real story of, the origin of Jute's Landing, and how, the Reuter family, their relationship with you is really the thing that sort of has kept the town safe for, what is it, hundreds of years or something.
Okay. So Mira has some suggestions over chat. So if you want to review these real quick.
Oh yeah.
Thinking of putting on a festival of the Sea Hag. And then obviously the family that she pretends to be a part of can be like the sponsors of it, but an entire festival where people have free food and like jolly time, because that's really what humans care about. Their lifespans are so short, they don't really think about hundreds of years in the past unless somebody throws an event.
Mhm.
They don't care about history because they haven't lived it. So if you throw like a Halloween-esque where wealthy people dress up as a sea hag and give out gifts to the poor, kind of make it like a Halloweeny Santa Claus-ish figure for an annual festival, it could really revamp the sea hag image to the town, and therefore people would respect and see her as a good figure.
All right. So is
And if
that
we-
Mira stepping up and saying all this?
Yes.
She looks at you again with an admiring glance. She puts the puppy down and she slowly walks up to you, standing directly in front of you. Her visage dissolves as she gains her normal, natural appearance. What you see before you is not what we would call pretty, but in her eyes, tears. And she walks up to you and embraces you. Oh, dear. And she cries, just cries and weeps. Yes, I would like that very much. And that, I think, concludes our story.
Oh, solving it without combat.
Ooh, nice.
So, after working around, looking around town, finding the theater company, and also securing some assistance from the local thieves, right, the dock
Mhm.
rats, to maybe strong arm here and there. You manage to, and using the Reuter influence after the return of the child's spirit, who, when freed, when liberated, his spirit materialized, and the young child had a chance to embrace his father, and they had a wonderful, beautiful reunion before the child's soul faded in a shower of golden sparkles, and Gerwin and the hag were, connected, and the hag shared with him some artifacts that she kept from her great grandfather. You had enough support to put together the festival of the hag on the anniversary of the founding of the
Woohoo.
town, where the story was retold, and by acclamation of as a result of the success of the play, the the town was renamed to Evanor, and yeah.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
thank you very much. Great.
Nice job, Mira.
So with that, yeah, we are done. I'd like to congratulate you on a very successful conclusion.
Celebrate with some pork loin.
Yes, I'm going to celebrate with some pork loin, which now I can actually join my family to eat. You all level up.
Oh, yay.
So congratulations on leveling up. The item that you found, she wasn't particularly pleased that you killed her kuatoas, but she understood that they did their job, and they're not particularly smart creatures. Her pet is a warg, which ultimately will grow to a large monstrosity. And actually, it's a smart creature that can speak common and stuff like that. So the circlet is a circlet of courage, which is not a normal magic item that you'll find in the Dungeon Master's Guide, but basically it will make the wearer immune to fear and fear-based spells, attacks, and so forth. So yeah, I think you had the right instinct in kind of saying maybe Bumblefoot doesn't necessarily need it. He has a resistance to fear, but not necessarily immunity. But this will give immunity to kind of fear type of attacks, and yeah, once again,
Do we get to keep the cap of water breathing?
and you can keep the cap of water breathing, and you have your gold back, of course, and
I'm going to sell the jewelry.
and the 50 gold from 50 gold each from the rats from the dock rats, as a result of getting the key back. The key was returned to the gnomish keeper of the water system, and you were rewarded with 200 gold total. So split that amongst you. So yeah, so 50 gold each, plus about 3 gold for the jewelry that you can kind of sell. 3 gold per person. I'm just splitting it up for you, and then oops. And then 67 gold each as a result of splitting the 200. I can give extra gold to the rest of the party once they rejoin, since they deserve that, and they will level up as well. All right.
Awesome. Super fun.
How do you level up the character?
So you basically go back to editing the character. So you kind of go through the editor, and then you advance until you see the drop down in the upper right hand corner, where you get to select the level, and just select the next level. And then if there's any particular skills or whatever that comes as a result of that level up, you can select them there.
All right.
So same time next week.
Yeah. Thanks, Luis.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Take care. And thanks to those who are watching. All right. Take it easy.
Bye.